Welcome everybody to a 75-minute power yoga practice. My name is Tamara Maxim. You can find all of my free classes on my YouTube channel under my name, Tamara Maxim. As well, if you'd like to listen to some music on Spotify, I have lots of playlists on there. So if you want to look for me, my name on Spotify is Tamara YVR. So this morning I will create an additional intention for the class today, along with any intentions that you might like to bring in by drawing one of these beautiful cards that I always like to use. And today the bonus intention is fulfillment. Fulfillment is the result of an exceptional instance of new vision, an expanded perspective, or complete contentment in the moment. At times it may require desire, action, and accomplishment. So that's a good intention for the power yoga practice, because in order to feel fulfilled, you do need to have some kind of action or event to connect with, and all of that comes from within. So draw as much energy into this practice that you can from within yourself, and there's no other way to experience it but fulfillment. And it comes from you. It's always fulfilling. Light a couple of candles for the practice. And if I were to take a poll of people's favorite and least favorite yoga poses, I can imagine one of the least favorite poses would be chair pose, Utkatasana. So for that reason, in order to create a sense of fulfillment around even things that we don't like, today I will introduce lots of variations of chair pose, Utkatasana, good for the hips, the glutes, the thighs, your core and your stamina, and also to learn to love things that maybe you don't love very much. With that being said, find a nice tall seat, and we'll just take a few moments of meditation. Having a playful pup over here. A few moments of meditation. Sit up nice and tall. Lie down in your bed if you're a dog. Let's see if I can move her out of here. Lie down in your bed if you're a dog, or go play with a ball. We'll float our hands to our heart center. And find your personal intention for the practice. So maybe it's the idea of fulfillment. And fulfillment comes from this concept that we have in yoga of santosha, contentment, which I spoke about in my last class. Everything that you have to be fulfilled, to feel fulfilled, is within yourself. And that's how this yoga practice is so powerful, that you give from yourself and you give back to yourself through the practice. If you have another intention, you can bring that in, as well as the dedication. Maybe you'd like to dedicate this class out to a person, a place, a cause. And start to connect with your breath. Today we'll be bringing in the Ujjayi breath. So you can even start at the beginnings of that breath here, slight constriction in the back of your throat, create a narrow passageway for the breath. So it requires more concentration and focus to take that breath in and out through your nose. Let's attune ourselves to the vibration of Om to begin our practice together. Take a deep clearing breath in through your nose. A full sigh out your mouth, exhale. Inhale for Om. Let that Om reverberate in your heart center, rippling out in all directions, spreading peace and harmony as far as you can imagine. And allow your palms to come down to your thighs. Blink your eyes open if they're closed, bringing your gaze back up if it's been down. Have a wonderful class, everybody. Namaste. We'll begin today lying on our back. Come all the way down onto your back. Go into your bed. There you go. Lie all the way down onto your back and cross your right thigh over top of your left thigh. You can even hook your toes if you like. Reach your arms up in the air. Cross your right arm underneath your left arm. Maybe cross at the elbows, cross at the wrist or the palms. Lengthen your fingers back and your toes forward. So this is just like eagle pose. Take an inhale here. Draw the belly in, and as you exhale, bring your elbows toward your knees and lift the head and shoulders up, lift the hips up. Inhale, come back to length. Try to hover your fingers and your toes. Exhale, come back in. We'll do that 8 more times. Inhale, exhale, draw the belly in. Keep going for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. We'll hold at the top. Lift your head and shoulders up. Squeeze your knees and elbows together. Chin in toward the chest for 10, 9. Lift your hips higher. Belly strong. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release all the way down. Give yourself a big, beautiful stretch. Fingertips reaching, toes reaching opposite directions. And as you exhale, hug your knees into your chest. Maybe rock side to side. Let's go to the other side. These eagle crunches, left thigh over right. Maybe hook your toes if you can. Extend your arms up in the air. Cross your left arm underneath your right. Cross to the elbows, maybe at the wrist. Maybe your palms touch. Lengthen this eagle. So fingertips reach back behind you. Toes forward. Draw the belly in. Take an inhale. As you exhale, lift your head and shoulders up. Lift your hips up. Draw your elbows to your knees. Keep going here. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift up. Keep going. Last 3. Last 2. And last 1. We're going to hold here. Draw the elbows and knees together. Draw the belly in. Lift head and shoulders up. Hips up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release all the way down. Give yourself a big stretch. And now hug your knees into your chest. Hopefully you're feeling your abdominals engaged. Start to rock forward and back a few times. You can always roll to your side as well. We are going to meet in chair pose. Yay, how exciting. So a few more times. See if you can release your hands, come onto your feet. Hips lift enough to sit yourself into the chair and reach your arms up to the sky. Utkatasana chair. Now hug the outer thighs in toward each other. Sit your hips a little lower. Try to draw your kneecaps back. If you can, big toes are touching, heels slightly apart, or maybe your feet are hip distance. Try to lift your arms and hands a little higher, but keep knitting the low ribs in. Squeeze the inner thighs toward each other. Find a gaze forward. Take another deep inhale here. See if you can sit a little lower on the exhale. Take one more breath in. Lift your arms up. Exhale, sit a little lower. Scoop the tailbone toward your heels. Draw the belly in. You'll feel Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. 2 abdominal locks. Take one more inhale. And as you exhale, lift your hips and fold all the way down. Oh no, have a guest on my mat. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale to fold. Do that again, lengthen halfway. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale to fold. This time we rise all the way up. Urdhva Hastasana. Lengthen your tailbone, palms touch. Stretch the belly, arch back. Hands to heart center, Samastitihi. Let's start to warm the body up with some Surya Namaskar A. And here we'll really bring in the Ujjayi breath. So the Ujjayi breath, slight constriction in the throat, inhaling and exhaling through the nose, and keep the core toned. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, plunge your palms, step your right and left foot back. Utthita Chaturanga Dandasana. The first one's slow. We'll stay here for a few breaths. You can lower your knees if you need. Press down into your finger pads, draw the belly in. See if you can dome between the shoulders. Crown of the head reaching forward and long. Take one more inhale, rock forward more. Stay for the exhale, draw the belly in. One more time, rock forward more, draw the belly in, hips pressing down at the same time. Dome the space between your shoulders. Inhale forward. Exhale, lower all the way to the belly. Take your fingertips out wide. We'll take exalted cobra for this first one. Lift your head and chest up. Exhale, lower down. We'll take 2 more, but take a twist. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, twist to the left, right shoulder down. Inhale, back up. Exhale, twist to the right, left shoulder down. Inhale, back up. Exhale to lower. Slide your palms underneath your shoulders. 1 cobra. So here's a back bend you can use today. Exhale, lower. Now tuck your toes, engage your legs, lift your knees. Draw the belly in, tone the abdominals. Inhale through chaturanga. Halfway push up. Take an inhale here. Exhale back to high plank, Uttita Chaturanga Dandasana. 1 more inhale here. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. So that's really slow motion. We'll work a little faster. Take an inhale here, lift your heels high. Make sure your feet are hip distance apart. As you exhale, step both heels to the right side, toes to the left. Stay in downward dog. Inhale, heels lift high. Exhale, heels to the left, toes to the right. Stay in downward dog. Inhale, heels high, bend your knees, pull your hips back and up. Exhale, straighten the legs, press your heels down. Now come high on your toes, bend your knees a lot, look forward. Walk, step or hop to the top of your mat. And then that core engagement will keep you strong and buoyant. Halfway lift when you get there, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, forehead to shins. Inhale to rise all the way up. We'll move a little faster for the second one. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen, Ardha Uttanasana. As you exhale, plant your palms, left and right foot step back. Take an inhale here, Uttita Chaturanga Dandasana. This time as you exhale, you can lower all the way to the belly or halfway Chaturanga. Draw the belly in. Untuck your toes, take either Cobra, which we did, or here, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, pressing the palms into the mat, straightening the arms, tops of the feet down, thighs lift. From either back bend, take 1 more inhale, lift your chest, maybe look up. Roll over your toes, come back to high plank. Chaturanga if you like. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. An extra breath here to lift your right leg up, open up your hip, bend your knee, drop your foot toward the left. Square your hip, lower your foot down. Other side. Inhale, left leg lifts. Open it up, bend your knee, drop your foot. Square your hip, lower it down. Come high on your toes, bend your knees a lot, look forward. Walk, step or hop. Halfway lift, lengthen, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale to rise. Now we'll add in 1 breath per movement, so a lot faster here. Exhale, fold forward. Make sure you take your full Ujjayi breath. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold, maybe hop back. Chaturanga, you can use your knees. Take your back bend as you inhale. Keep exhaling as you roll over the toes, move through Chaturanga, and all the way to downward dog. Take a full inhale breath here, and a full exhale. And now come high on your toes, bend your knees a lot, look forward, walk, step or hop. Halfway lift as you inhale. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise all the way up. Gather the energy. Palms together, arch back, stay standing. Samastitihi, full standing pose. And now we'll work into our first official sequence of chair poses. If this becomes too much for you, you can always just sit a little lower. That really helps feel good and put a smile on your face. So big toes touching, heels slightly apart. Sit your hips down into the chair. Sweep your fingertips back behind you and grip the mat with your index finger. And then from here, curl your tailbone towards your heels. And right away, you'll feel again that engagement of Mula Bandha, the root lock, Uddiyana Bandha, the abdominal lock, and then reach your arms up to the sky. Keep squeezing the inner thigh, see if you can sit a little lower. Keep squeezing the thigh, see if you can draw your kneecaps back. Keep squeezing the thigh, see if you can curl your tailbone towards your heels. Take 1 more inhale as you lift the upper body. Go deeper on the exhale. See, it feels good when you sit deeper. Take 1 more breath. Put a smile on your face. Reach up. And as you exhale, lift your hips and fold. Inhale to lengthen, Ardha Uttanasana. Let's make our way back to Chaturanga. Walk, step, or hop. Take your back bend, curl the heart up. Now inhale, reach your right leg up. Bring your right knee to your right upper arm and draw the elbow toward the knee to the upper arm, elbow toward the knee, so push them into each other. Inhale, lift it back up. Bring your right knee to your left upper arm, draw them in toward each other, so try to connect. Good. Inhale, reach it back up. Bring your knee into your chest, dome the upper back, get your shoulders forward over your wrist, look forward, step your right foot inside your right thumb. Back heel spins down, outer right hip pulling back, left leg forward, reach your arms to the sky. Take an inhale, lengthen, reach up. Exhale, palms come down, step your left toes back so you're high on your toes. Sweep your right leg back to hover, chaturanga, keep exhaling down. Inhale through your back bend. Sky. Bring your left knee to your left upper arm. Now hug your elbow and knee toward each other so there's a bit of contraction there. Inhale, reach up. Hug your left knee to your right upper arm and again push your elbow toward your knee. Inhale, sweep it back up. Bring your knee in toward your chest and keep rocking forward, high on those back toes. Draw the belly and lift the knee a little higher. Then step your left foot through, back heel spins down, Virabhadrasana 1. Pull your outer left hip back, right thigh forward. Lengthen through the chest, but knit the lower ribs in. Take one more inhale, reach up a little higher. Stay for your exhale. Breathe in, lengthen. Exhale, plant your palms down, step your right toes back, long leg. Float your left leg to hover, chaturanga. Taking your back bend. Adho Mukha Svanasana, extra chaturanga, feels good for your body. Take a full breath in and a long breath out. Try not to anticipate. Step your big toes together to touch. Come high in your toes. Try to find fulfillment in every pose. Look forward, walk, step, or hop. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release. Big toes are touching already, hips. Heels hip distance apart. Sit your hips low, so low you can sweep those fingertips back behind you. Keep that depth of the hips and then reach your arms up to the sky. Take an inhale here to lengthen. Exhale, sit a little deeper. And now float the hands to the heart center. Take an inhale, lengthen forward. Exhale, twist to the right. Bring your left elbow outside your right knee. Tent your fingertips. Beautiful. Come back through center. Stay in chair. I know you want to anyways. Lengthen forward. Inhale. Exhale. Twist to your left. Try to swing your right hip and right knee back so the knees and hips are aligned. Tent your fingertips. Look up over your shoulder. Try to press your top palm into your bottom palm. Whichever variation you have, try to twist deeper but get the hips lower. Maybe for one extra breath, you open your wings. Come back through chair pose. Stay in chair pose. For 3, for 2, last breath. Exhale and fold. Good stamina, everyone. Good endurance. Halfway lift, lengthen. Plant your palms, walk, step, or jump back. Chaturanga on your belly. Find your back bend. Really customizing your own vinyasa, how it works for you, where you find the most fulfillment. Contentment with each posture, through every action. Deep breath in and a long breath out. And let's add into this. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Float your right knee to your right upper arm. We're going to cross the body. So first we'll lower to the right wrist, then to the left wrist. Lift up to the left elbow. back to the right, and sweep it back up. And now bring your right knee to your right upper arm, chaturanga arms. Maybe extend your right toes, maybe float it out, Kundanyasana B. Good, inhale, swing it back up. Cross to your left upper arm, stay. Sweep your left foot through, right arm, left arm reaches up, fall in triangle. Or maybe you hover that right leg and pulse for 3, 2, 1. Sweep it back up, reach up. Bring knee into the chest, look forward between your thumbs, round the spine, shoulders over wrists. Step through in the center. Back heel spins down. And as you're ready, rise up, Virabhadrasana 2. Right fingertips reaching forward, left fingertips reaching back, bend deeply into your front knee. Take an inhale to lengthen, exhale to deepen. Exalt your warrior, flip your right palm up, left hand goes down, reach up and over your head. Feel free to stay here, maybe you find a bind of the head, half bind with the left arm, maybe a full bind, hands meeting each other behind your heart. Turn your chest open, bend deeply into that right knee, get your thigh parallel. One more inhale, lift your heart up, bend a little deeper as you exhale. Inhale, come back through center. Take an inhale to lean forward over your front thigh. Parsvakonasana, side angle. Feel free to use your forearm or a block inside of your right foot. Reach your top arm over your ear. Extend your fingertips forward. Pinky finger down, thumb up. Look underneath your left arm. You can stay here or spiral your left hand behind you. Right arm reaching underneath. Maybe you use a strap. Maybe you can find your fingers or your wrist. Keep taking the outer right hip underneath you, inner left thigh spiraling open, crown of the head in line with your front big toe. Take another deep inhale here. Stay for your exhale. Now look down to the ground. Unspiral yourself. Back to warrior 2. Bring both hands down to the mat. Step back and hover. Take your back bend as you inhale. Make your way back. Downward facing dog. Deep breath in and a long breath out. Inhale your left leg up to the sky. Bring your left knee to your left upper arm. We'll make that box with our knee and then Kundanyasana. Lower to the left wrist. Cross to the right. Right upper arm. Back to the left upper arm. All the way back and up. Inhale. Exhale, left knee to the left upper arm. Stay here, chaturanga arms. Maybe extend your toes, right leg floats. Beautiful. Inhale, bring it back up. Cross your left knee to your right upper arm, stay. Or thread that left leg through, right arm reaches up. And maybe you lift that left leg and pulse it. For 3, 2, 1, good work. Lift the leg all the way up. Bring your knee in toward your chest, look forward, step through. Back heel spins down. Front heel to back arch alignment, warrior 2. Left fingertips reaching forward, right fingertips back. Bend your left knee a lot, try to get that thigh parallel. This is the same strength that we need for chair pose, so get right into that thigh, get it, that hinge at the hip, 90 degrees. Take an inhale here, extend. Exhale, bend. Flip your left palm up. Lower your right hand down. Keep that knee bent as you reach back. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you find your head with your hand. Maybe your right hand comes behind. Maybe you take a half bind or a full bind. Maybe you can find your fingers behind your heart. Spin your chest open. Keep bending that left knee, outer left hip, curling underneath you, inner right thigh, rolling open. Another deep inhale and a long exhale. Come back through warrior 2. Hinge at the hips. Reach forward. Find Parsvakonasana, side angle. Feel free to keep your left forearm on your thigh or to a block. Take an inhale here, reach up, and then take your right arm over your ear. Pinky finger down, thumb up. Spin your chest open. Stay here. Maybe you find a half bind. Left arm coming behind, right arm coming behind, left arm underneath. You can use a strap. Maybe find your fingers or your wrists. Continuously keep tucking your outer left hip underneath you. Spiral your inner right thigh open. Use the feet for a strong foundation. Make sure the crown of your head It's in line with your front big toe. Another deep breath here. Inhale and exhale. And spiral yourself. Come all the way back up, warrior two. Inhale. Exhale, take your vinyasa. Hands come down. Take it back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Step your big toes together to touch. Maybe walk your feet in just a little bit closer and shift the weight high onto your toes. So your shoulders come over your wrists. And we'll take some cannonball hops. So make your lower body like the chair pose and see if you can get your hips over your shoulders and kick your bum with your heels. Take a couple of little bounces and then try some hops. 3 or 4 hops. Get a nice float and the core is strong. Make a little chair with your lower body. And then on the 4th or 5th try, hop forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale to fold. And now sit yourself down into the chair. Reach your arms up to the sky. And from here, put the weight into your left foot. Lift your right leg up and cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Left and right's a little confused there. Right ankle over the left thigh. Ardha Utkatasana, half chair. Sit a little lower. Keep sitting a little lower. Lift your chest a little higher. Keep flexing your right foot. Protect your knee. Get into that right hip for 3, for 2, and 1. Release. Lift your hips and fold. I won't make you hold it. Inhale, lengthen. And release. Back to chair pose again. Reach your arms up. This time weight into the right foot. Place your left flexed ankle on top of your right thigh. Ardha Utkatasana. Like, what could get any harder than regular chair pose? Half chair pose. Sit a little lower. Sit a little lower. Keep your foot flexed. Protect your knee. Try to lift your chest and arms up. Breathe and focus. Use your Ujjayi breath. Come back to your intention. Can you feel fulfillment? Back to chair. Lift your hips and fold. How do you find fulfillment when going gets tough? That's the trick. Plant your palms, chaturanga. Move through your vinyasa. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. Take an inhale breath, lift your right leg up to the sky. Let's go for Kundalini again if you have it. Chaturanga arms, extend the legs if you can, float it out. And let's try a bind on the other side or Kundalini A if you have it. So go for fallen triangle. Extend your right leg through. Can you grab your foot and pull it to the top of your mat? Or lean the right knee on the left upper arm and extend your legs. Kundalini A. So either variation. And then sweep that right leg back. Bring your knee into your chest. Look forward, step through, warrior two again. Just for a transition, deep inhale, long exhale. And now straighten your front leg, palms touch. Heel toe your back foot in just a little bit. Open up your arms, hinge forward. Find Trikonasana, triangle pose. And you can stay here. Maybe use a block underneath your right hand if you need. Try to curl your chest open. Crown of the head in line with your big toe and your left thumb. And then sweep your top arm over your ear. Pinky finger down, thumb up. Look underneath your left arm. And maybe bring your hands toward each other like you're holding a ball. Curl your outer right hip underneath you. Inner left thigh spiraling open. Hold here. And then left hand to your left hip. Soften your front knee. You might want to use a block under your right hand. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. And let your outer right hip be steady. So press it toward the left side. Spiral your inner left thigh open. Maybe reach your left arm up to the sky. Be active through both feet. If your hand is on a block, be light. Try to lift your chest. Feel free to stay here, or maybe you bend your top knee. You might have to bend your bottom knee to get access to it. Kick your foot into your palm and open your chest more. Japasana, and maybe you lift your chest enough to float your right palm. Good, soften that right knee. Release into standing L-shaped pose. So pull your right hip back with your thumb. Level your left thigh down. And inhale here to lengthen. And as you exhale, walk your hands toward your standing leg. Pull up on your right leg. As the left leg lifts higher, bring your forehead toward your right shin. Press up with your heel. Slowly come back through standing L shape. Bring your left knee to meet your right. Keep your right knee soft as you stand up. And straighten the leg as you bring your left thigh parallel to the floor. And we'll open up that left knee to the left, and again, cross our left ankle over our right thigh. Bringing hands to the heart center. Stand up nice and tall. Sit back into the chair, Ardha Utkatasana. And here we'll go a little deeper. You can start to bring your elbows in front of your shin bone. And this half chair pose builds the foundation for Ekapada Galavasana or even dragonfly pose. So if you have either of those poses, welcome to go for them. You can bring the hands down to the mat. Shift the shelf of your elbows back. And the shelf of your triceps back. And let the shin bone rest. And extend your right leg back. Try to hook your left toes around your right tricep. Or maybe you twist over to the left side. Sorry, to the right side. My lefts and rights are confused today. Look forward, maybe lift your right leg up. Beautiful, coming back through center. Keep the half chair pose. Reach your arms up, bring your knee with you, stand up. And then start to shift your leg back behind you as you reach your arms forward, Virabhadrasana 3. Keep reaching, and then step all the way back and open up to the long edge of the mat. Take your arms out wide, interlace your hands behind your lower back. Try to get right to the webbing of your fingers and close your palms tight. It's okay if you need to keep your elbows bent. Take an inhale, lengthen your chest, forward and up. Let the knuckles descend to the earth, chest to the sky, outer edges of your feet pressing down, and fold forward. Lifting the arms up and over your ears. Bring the chin in toward the chest so the head can come lower and the arms can reach higher. Then release your hands underneath you. Turn your toes out wide and we'll come into Skandasana. So bend your right knee a lot. Stand your left leg straight. Press your heel out, toes curl up. And take your right arm out to the side, left arm up. Maybe spiral back behind you. Find a bind. Open up your chest. Try hugging your heels in toward one another as you look up to the left. A couple of deep breaths here. And looking down to the mat, let's go to the other side. Palms can be at your heart. Shift into the left knee, extend your right leg. Pick your left arm out to the left, right arm reaches up. You can each other, lift your chest, maybe look up toward the right. Finding that Ujjayi breath. Bring yourself back through center. Turn your toes forward, lift your hips and fold. Prasarita Padottanasana, second variation. Bring your palms onto the mat. Push into your hands to try to draw the crown of your head down. And if your crown comes all the way down, maybe the legs start to float up. Finding your variation, Shirshasana B. Slowly start to come all the way down. If you're floating, take your time, try to get your heels down before your toes. Everyone come to a halfway lift. And then turn your body to the front of your mat. Lower your left knee down and slide it as far back as you can. Find Anjaneyasana, low crescent lunge. Reaching your arms up to the sky. Untuck your back toes if you like, or keep them tucked. Find the alignment of pulling your outer right hip back, left leg forward. Take an inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, shift your hips back. Straighten your front leg. You can float your palms or bring them under your shoulders. Let's do that a couple times. Get into the hamstring. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, sweep your hands back. Press your right heel forward. Fly over your front thigh. One more time, then we'll hold. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, pull back. Floating Ardha Hanumanasana. Feel free to stay here, pulling your outer right hip back, pressing your heel forward, or maybe you lift your chest, palms on the mat, and slide your right heel more forward, left knee more back, finding your expression of Ardha Hanuman or Hanumanasana. Keep pulling the hips in alignment. Outer right hip to the back, left thigh forward, fold in if you like. Inhale, slowly come all the way back up. Bring your palms underneath your shoulders. Walk your back knee in. Plant your front foot down. And stay here in Anjaneyasana for a moment. Reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, bring yourself into a twist to the right. You're welcome to lift your back knee if you like. Bring your hands to the heart center. Hinge forward over your front thigh. Tend to your fingertips and look up over your right shoulder. So find a twist. You're welcome to stay here. Maybe you open your wings. Or maybe you can find a bind. Left arm underneath, right arm behind. Find your fingers, your wrists, or a strap. Keep pulling your outer right hip back, left leg forward, look up. And hold. Walk that back heel forward. Straighten out your leg, lift your chest. Find your Ujjayi breath. Find fulfillment here in this moment, wherever you are. Let it be filled with contentment. Slowly unwinding, bringing both hands down to the mat. Inhale, sweep your right leg back and up. Stack your hip behind your knee. I might run out of space here, but if you can, flip over. Don't step on any dogs. Bring your right hand back behind you. Outer left foot pressing down. Find Wild Thing or Urdhva Dhanurasana if it's in your practice. Bring your feet parallel and hip distance, both hands to the mat. Full back bend. Beautiful. As you're ready, flip yourself back around. Three-legged dog and take a vinyasa. And always take a rest, of course. Make sure whatever you're doing that it feels good. Maybe you have a smile on your face and your heart is shining. Finding contentment in each moment. That is fulfillment. Okay, here we go. Other side. Inhale, left leg lifts to the sky. Left knee comes to left upper arm, Kundanyasana if you haven't, B. Inhale, sweep it back up. Two variations for this side, fallen triangle or coming into the bind, hooking your left foot with your outer right hand, or if you have it, bringing your left knee to your right upper arm and sweep those legs up. Kundanyasana A. Awesome, whichever you did, sweep your leg up to the sky. Bring your knee to your chest, step through in the center, transition through Virabhadrasana 2. I hope you're still smiling, you're feeling great. On your inhale breath, straighten your front leg, palms come up. Heel toe your back foot in. Hinge at the hips as you open your arms, reach forward, Trikonasana. Left fingertips down, right arm reaches up. Curl your outer left hip underneath you, inner right thigh rolls open. You can stay here, you can use a block as well under your left hand, keep it light, or reach that top arm over your head like we did in side angle. Extended triangle pose, Pita Trikonasana. Get your pinky finger down, thumb up, and then maybe reach both hands forward. If you're holding a ball, hold and breathe, Ujjayi breath. And then right hand comes to your right hip. Going to shift back a little bit. Soften your left knee, step forward. finding Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. You'll bring a block under your left hand if you need it. Hug your outer left hip toward the right side of your mat. Press out through your right heel and spin your chest open. Maybe you reach your right arm up. Maybe you can look up. If you're using a block, be light. Press out through your right heel. Let it be a guide to open up the hip. Stay here or soften your knees and bring your right heel toward your bum. Find the outer edge of your foot if you can, Japasana. Everybody can give that a try. Lift your chest, maybe float your left palm. Hold. And then release. Let's find standing L-shaped pose. So both knees, or left knee soft. Bring both hands to the mat. Take an inhale to lengthen. You can plug your left hip crease with your left thumb. Right thigh rolls down. As you exhale, walk your hands toward your standing leg. Pull up on your left leg. Right thigh lifts. Forehead to your shin. Press up with your heel. Slowly come back to standing L. Soften your left knee. Bring your right knee in to meet it. And start to stand up. And bring your right knee with you. Hands onto your hips. Here we go. Another round of half chair or variations. Keep your right foot flexed. Place it over your left thigh. Sit down into that half chair. And this half chair becomes the foundation for Ekapada Galavasana, flying pigeon, or dragonfly. So I'll demo both. You can try them or just begin to try them if you're not there yet. Hook your right toes around your left bicep. Walk your hands more forward than underneath your shoulders. Lean forward so the shelf of your elbows and your triceps pushes back and the shin goes across. And left leg can float. Or take a twist to the left side. So used to mirroring, hard to say lefts and rights correctly. Look to your toes. Wherever you are, another breath or two. And come back up through half chair pose. It's hard to pick yourself up out of this pose. Come all the way up, knee lifts. Get your steady foundation. Use your core. Start to hinge forward and back. Warrior 3. Virabhadrasana 3, strong. And then step all the way back. And open up to the long edge of your mat. Hands to your hips. Take a moment. Outer edges of your feet are parallel or slightly pigeon-toed. And again, float the hands to the lower back for a shoulder opener. But this time, take the opposite grip. Push the outer edges of your feet down. Slightly pigeon-toed if you need. Knuckles toward the earth, chest to the sky. Exhale and fold. Crown of the head coming down, arms lifting up. Bring your chin in toward your chest. Create more space for your shoulders to open. Hands coming up higher as the crown comes down lower. You can release your hands underneath your shoulders, halfway lift. You can take a variation of Prasarita Padottanasana, wide-legged fold, or come with me into Samokhanasana, wide-legged split. So start to walk your feet as far apart as you can. Maybe stay on blocks or palms. Maybe you can come to your forearms. If you're getting long enough in the pose that your heels are close to the edges of your mat, turn your toes up and heels pressing out. Let the inner thighs open. Maybe lengthen the chest more forward. Maybe even walk your elbows more forward. Create more space in the torso. Concentrate on your breath, not the sensations of your body. Find fulfillment, contentment in this moment. Couple more deep breaths. And ready to come out, you slowly walk your feet in if they're wide. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. If you've been in a different variation, just meet us here, halfway lift, inhale. And as you exhale, turn yourself to the front of your mat. Lower. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Fly your palms back as you hinge forward over your front thigh. Keep going like that 2 more times. Inhale, reach up. We're flossing through the hips, stretching the front of your right thigh and then the back of your left thigh. Press your and find a deeper twist. You can stay here, you can open your wings. Maybe you take your right arm underneath your left thigh, left arm behind, find a bind. Keep straightening that back leg, heel rocking forward. Look up if you're in the twist. Beautiful. Unbind yourself. Place your come up wide. Try to get some buoyancy, little flow. Keep your toes together. Draw the belly in. Start to hinge forward. Look forward. Create lots of doming in the upper back as you draw the belly in. And maybe you squeeze the toes together. They start to float up. Maybe just one foot or both feet. And if you want to try to straighten the arms, dome the upper back more. Shift the weight more into your finger pads. Try to straighten your elbows as you lift your chest and hold. And you can hold here. The count of 3, you can shoot back or step back. We'll take a vinyasa. 1, 2, and 3. And then land our feet between our hands. So you can take cannonball, you can take knees wide, or if you want to move to a wall, I'm not going to disturb the puppy, but if you want to move to a wall, you can move to a wall and do a few hops to handstand. Be nice and light. Try to find your balance, try each leg. Try to hollow the front body if you're at the wall. Find your balance. And then make your way back to the mat. Adjust your puppies. You have them. You're at the front of the mat. Hop your feet between your hands. All right. Bring the belly in. So right away you feel that little bit of, or a strong engagement of the core. And then see if you can lift up a little higher for that more like chair pose. Good. And then sit back down. Let's do that a few times. Lift up and down. Try to hover your hips off your heels the whole time. One more, up and down. Good. And now turn yourself to the right side. Hook your left elbow outside. As your knees, and they're parallel to the top edge of your mat, but walk them more forward and lift up and shift your outer right knee onto your left upper arm. So both knees are stacked, and maybe you start to float one or both feet. Maybe you can even straighten your legs. You're welcome to stay here or swing that left leg back behind you. Kundanyasana A. Hold here for 3, 2, 1, and land back down. Don't worry. It can be painful. Let's do a couple lifts. 1, 2, 3. Good. Twist to the left. Hook your right elbow. It's funny the things yoga teachers say. Stay here in this little twist. This might be enough for you. This might be your foundation that you need to work with. And rather than turn to the side, when we turn to the side, what happens is our hip and our knee end up connecting. Handstands at the wall you can, or some hops up and down. Move your puppies out of the way. Nice and light if you're going into handstand. Beautiful. And then stand up. You can reach your arms up to the sky. Beautiful, hands to heart center. Let's sit down into that chair again. Keep your arms parallel. Lift your heels, bend your knees, and slowly, slowly. Sitting onto your heels. Again, what tends to happen is we lean the right rib legs. Maybe swing that top leg back. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Come all the way back down. Let's go to the other side. Nice and tall, twist to the left. Your right elbow. Palms facing forward so you're not leaning the left thigh onto your elbow. Maybe extend the legs. Squeeze them. Palms face up underneath your feet, or you can put the tops of your hands on blocks beside your feet if you like. You can inhale to lengthen your chest forward and up, and as you exhale, bow in, forehead to your shins. Wiggle your toes on your wrist creases. Halfway lift to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale to walk your hands back toward the front of your mat about halfway. Bring your big toes to touch. Come high on your toes, bend your knees, and hop through to your seat. Try to hop through with straight legs if you can. I'll demo it if you want to give it a try. And try to float your bum down onto your Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen, flat back. Exhale. other behind. Shift your hips forward. Lift your chest. Reach your arms up to the sky. And as you exhale, fold forward. You can grab the outer. If you're quite deep into the pose, try to get your belly and your chest on the mat. Maybe look toward the side. Chest open and stretch into the obliques. We did a lot of twisting today, a lot of core strength. So release there. And switch up and over to the other side. Left forearm to your left thigh, right arm to your hip, or reaching your arm over your ear. Try to get both sitting bones down. Slowly back up to center. Gather your knees in toward your chest. Turn back toward the front of your mat. Make your way down onto your back. Take an inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold all the way down. And once you get onto your back, hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice squeeze. You can take a few back bends here, 3 in a row. You can take supported bridge, putting a block under your sacrum, little bridge pose, or Urdhva Dhanurasana if you're ready. I'll instruct little bridge pose first. Palms beside your body. Try to get your hands snug in with your hips, and your feet are no wider than the width of your hands. So you should be touching the outer edges of your heels, or almost there with your fingertips. If your feet are wider than your hands, guide them in so everything's nice and snug here. In your next inhale breath, or to lift your hips up toward the ceiling, squeeze your shoulder blades together, interlace your hands, knuckles moving toward your heels, thighs pressing up toward the ceiling. Squeeze your bum. You might be feeling it a lot after all those chair poses. Keep hugging the inner knees toward each other, knees pressing forward, hips lifting higher. If you're in Urdhva Dhanurasana, take a couple more deep breaths. Release your palms, lift up a little higher, inhale. Exhale to lower, come down onto the crown if you're in Urdhva Dhanurasana, and then all the way down. Take your feet wide, let your inner knees touch, and if you like, slide your palms underneath your hips for a release of the wrists. Second back bend, you're welcome to repeat little bridge pose, Setu Bandha Sarvangasana, or Urdhva Dhanurasana. Press your flexed hands up toward the ceiling. Press your heel of your hands straight up, and then bend your elbows, bringing your hands right beside your ears, elbows pointing up to the ceiling. You might want to walk your feet just a little bit wider, and maybe your hands a little bit wider. Lift your hips up. Come onto the crown of your head. If you're going for a little bridge pose, then with the hips, interlace your palms underneath you and come up. Come all the way up for Urdhva Dhanurasana. Press into your hands and feet. Let the crown of your head come down toward the direction of the mat, and try to gaze back toward your heels. Open the throat, open the chest, open the belly. Try to straighten your arms and legs. Hold for 3 more deep breaths in either boat pose. You're ready to come down from Urdhva Dhanurasana gently onto your crown, arms beside you, little bridge pose. Unbind your hands, come all the way down. Supta Baddha Konasana, feet together, knees wide. You can put hands underneath you or hands on your heart and abdomen and breathe in. Breathe out. Last and final back bend. And there'll be an option in the back bend once you're in it to bring your left foot more to the center, right knee into the chest, and extend the right foot up, and then we'll switch. Foot more to the center, left knee in, press it up. One more breath. All the way down.